played here for tonight's football game by clearly marching band. Tomorrow afternoon, the Ottawa University Braves start their hunt for an NAIA championship as they travel to Marshall, Missouri to take on the Missouri Valley Vikings. We should say the number 2 Missouri Valley Vikings. Very good football team, but a very good challenge for the Ottawa University Braves. And once again, it's nice to see them, go and rattle off 8 straight in a row to win the KCAC.
And they did that with a situation where they had to win every single game. They've basically been in playoff mode since the 3rd game of the season.
And losing to Kansas Wesleyan will do that to you very early on in the season.
Missouri Valley comes in, as Scott mentioned, number 2 in the country. They are the champions of the Heart of America Athletic Conference, and they will actually be Ottawa's first season opening opponent next year as they go to the KCAC HAAC Challenge for first place team to play. So we'll do a preview for next year, but this one probably means a whole lot more at this point.
Absolutely it does. The one thing that's also fun too with NAIA now is some of the teams that used to be there every year, like Lyndon Wood and I believe Sioux Falls, have now moved on to greener pastures. And so it is nice you're going to see some new Final Four teams, if you will, at the top in a couple of weeks in the NAIA.
Kickoff is at 2 o'clock. Bob Johnson's pregame gets underway at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon here on 1220 Country. Ottawa and Missouri Valley, first round of the NAIA playoffs. We also want to wish the best to the Ottawa University ladies volleyball team, which has advanced to the tournament in NAIA with their sweep last weekend of the KCAC tournament that was held at Wilson Fieldhouse. Their first round opponent is Bellevue, Nebraska, and the Lady Rays headed out for Nebraska this morning, and that's a team they played once earlier, and they lost in 4 sets, but all the games were very close, and our best going out to Coach Tom Simon and the Braves.
It's really fun to watch volleyball at Ottawa University over the last number of years. When I first started working at Ottawa University in 2007, volleyball was struggling. They just gotten a brand new coach. They didn't win, if ever. And then surely that has just turned around with a lot of hard work, a lot of good recruiting, and just plain stick-to-itiveness. And it is great to see Ottawa University in a playoff situation in volleyball.
And the teams have met at the 50-yard line. Good contingent from Lyndon, but if you weren't able to join us here in person, we're certainly glad you're joining us on the radio tonight and at KOFO.com. Whether you're on KOFO or KMXN 92.9 FM HD2, we welcome you to this semifinal game between the Lyndon Tigers and the Centralia Panthers. Winner gets a berth to the championship game next Saturday afternoon, and they will take on either La Crosse or Meade. Centralia will receive the opening kickoff. And back deep for the Panthers will be their quarterback, J.T. Rossi. Teeing the ball up for the Tigers is Jake Reno. Perfect night for football here in early November. Wind will not be much of a factor tonight.
Certainly was last week, more than once you had the ball falling right off the tee, so it is good to see that the wind has taken at least this Friday night off.
And awaiting the official signal, and Lyndon will do their run-up, and now they'll back off, and now Centralia will drop a little deeper.
You can see the kind of reaction I got from the crowd. They didn't like that. They are ready for a kickoff.
When you haven't seen it before, it's just a little bit different. Here's Reno's kick, end over ring kick. That'll be fielded on the run by Rossi, and now he'll have to fall on the football as he didn't come up with it cleanly. And the Panthers will have the ball first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The battle along the line of scrimmage tonight, Scott, ought to be an interesting one.
Yeah, you got some big guys up front for Lyndon. It looks like they're going to go with a 4-3 defense to start this game, or perhaps even a 5-2. But, yeah, you're right. Some interior lineman play could be the difference tonight.
Rosine has Sam Steinlage to his right on first down, and Steinlage will get the carry, breaks the tackle, and he's across the 25, now across the 30, and has the first down for the Panthers. And once again for Lyndon, you've got to control the line of scrimmage, especially on first down. They got 10 yards that time, but plus a little bit more. But if the Panthers can get 5 yards every first down, it's going to be a little bit hard to figure out for Lyndon.
Ball just across the 30-yard line, first and 10. First down from the 30. Panthers come up. This time, Steinlage is to the left of Rosine. And Rosine will carry himself. He hit the backfield, and he'll be dragged down. And it was Cuddy Eastra who got a hold of him and dropped him back at the 25 for a loss of about 6. And you hear the reaction on the other side of the field. Lyndon really comes to life after that big sack there. Gave up the first down on the first down, but in the second play, they really came out big defensively wise.
So second down, 15, back at the 25-yard line. Just underway, 11:10 to go, first period. Single receiver split to each side of the field. Again, out with a shotgun is Rosine. And he'll keep it himself. No, just back to Steinlage. Big hole across the 40. He's to the 45. Still on his feet, and out to the 48-yard line. A little trickery there wakes up everybody. Give it the last second pitch in there and really run off to some good yardage there for the Panthers.
23-yard pickup and a first down for the Panthers at their own 48. It's on the other side of the 4. It's the 47 of Lyndon. So that's actually a 28-yard gain. Snap to the up back this time, and across the 45, down around the 43, goes Trevor Mars. The next time the Panthers lined up with a whole house backfield, there were about 4 or 5 backs back there. They were ready to go. So they ran back with that out of a single wing, basically, and it's a 5-yard pickup, second down 5. For the Panthers.
But Lyndon looks at the Panthers and say, wow, they look just like us. The hometown uniform for Centralia is exactly what Lyndon wears at home back in Lyndon.
Tight formation. Steinlage gets the carry off the left side, breaks the tackle, has the first down, still fighting forward, and gets it all the way down to the 33-yard line. Steinlage, a junior, he is a load. And he's one that just won't give up. He was grabbed by the shirt, grabbed by the ankle, but yet he wasn't stopping until they absolutely forced him down. First and 10 as the clock starts up. 9:40 to play first period. Panthers are driving on their initial possession. And keeping this time, a big hole up the middle, and toward the end zone goes the quarterback Rosine, and he is going to be in for the touchdown.
Again, lots of trickery there. Went to the quarterback, but he had his choice to give it out to 1, 2, 3 people, but he kept it himself, tricked everybody, and then ran off for the score. 6 points going to the Panthers to get things started.
They'll run out of the swinging gate.
And they are lined up a little bit strange here for the BAG. Let's see what happens.
And now they'll move into the traditional formation. Rosine will try the extra point out of the hold of Devin Remby. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. It's time out on the field with 9:20 to play first period. The score, Centralia 7, Lyndon nothing. After the kickoff in 30 seconds, this is Tiger Football on KLFO.
When your car goes kaput, where do you turn? Hannah's Auto Repair to the rescue. 204 West 17th in Lyndon. Hannah's Auto Repair works on all makes and models of cars and trucks, sells tires, and offers towing. Remember this name, Hannah's Auto Repair at 204 West 17th in Lyndon.
Citizens State Bank offers student checking accounts that'll get you on the right road in high school and follow you to college and beyond. Just because your life changes doesn't mean your bank has to. Citizens State Bank, making banking easy. Citizens State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Panthers go 75 yards for the touchdown. J.T. Rosine with the 33-yard keeper up the middle, and they tacked on the extra point.
And he will tee it up and kick it off to either Johnson Swinehart or Gage Breckheisen.
Of course, this is a must-win situation for the Lyndon Tigers, but this is also a must-score situation for them. They've got to match just what Centralia just did.
Nobody has done that to Lyndon, hit the socked into the mouth like that on an opening drive all year long.
Of course, this is the playoffs. You're going to see a lot of things different that you don't see during the regular season.
Again, Breckheisen and Swinehart back deep. And a deep kick. And will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Lyndon will start the drive at their own 20-yard line. Joe Walsh will be the Tiger quarterback. Travis Farwell will be the running back. And we'll see Gage Breckheisen and Dawson Swinehart as the wingman. Skylar Parks comes this side as a receiver, and Cameron Woodruff splits to the far side of the field. Out of the shotgun, Walsh on first down 10. In motion, Breckheisen, handoff up the middle of Farwell, and he gets it across the 22, about the 23-yard line.
And again, the Lyndon Tigers have got to set something up where they can at least 4, 5, 6 yards on first down. That time they were short by about a yard, but they've got to get something cranking here pretty quick.
2nd and 7 for Lyndon. And a handoff on the reverse to Swinehart, and Swinehart tackled the 25. As he couldn't avoid the two men coming up from the backfield. Check that, I'm sorry, the gain was almost to the 30. It's about a half a yard short of a first down. So a good gain of about 7. That brings up third down less than a yard.
And that is very encouraging for Lyndon. And the man coming up with the stop there is Steinlage for Centralia. A lot of guys play two ways. Steinlage one of them.
This time Walsh will go under center. Third down less than a yard. Quarterback sneak, and Walsh has got it. He's across the 30, off near the 31.
At that time, Lyndon lined up in the old-fashioned wishbone formation. Haven't seen that much in the Oklahoma days.
8:12 to play here in the first period. 7-0 Centralia. Tigers have picked up a first down. The first down just outside the 30-yard line. Four-man front for Centralia. Walsh will be in the shotgun. Farwell to his right. What's the throw? Throws out in the flat to Woodruff and drops it. Woodruff was open, but he went to make his move before he had control of the football. Pass ball is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Gotta hang on to the ball. There's an order that must be done. Catch it and run, not the other way around.
Single receivers each side. In motion is Swinehart, keeping his wall. She's got good yardage across the 37 to around the 39-yard line with the quarterback keeper. Rossi made the stop. Pick up of about 9. There'll be third down and 1.
We've seen from both teams tonight, the quarterbacks really can get into the rushing action. They've got to play a lot of trickery and get things going. If they do decide to keep it, they've got to get that positive yardage. And so far, both of them have done that.
And off goes to Breckheisen, has the first down. Penalty flag is thrown, and this one might come back. Breckheisen got about 5 yards out near the 44, but he'll check the penalty flag. I believe it's going to be a holding. Holding against the Tigers.
And you hear the Centralia faithful in front of us. It could be a lost shoe, lost helmet, holding, whatever it is. If it goes against Lyndon, boy, they are really up and all over it.
So the yard mark off from the spot of the foul will now make it third down and a little over 10. That's one thing Lyndon cannot afford to do against a team this season. This time empty backfield. Trips near side, twin receivers far side. Walsh out of the shotgun. Drops to throw. Under pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Now decides to run it and has nowhere to go. Just about 3 yards out to the 33. But Lyndon will be forced to punt.
And that time Centralia was waiting. They had the backs going in with the sack, but then the linebackers just kind of stayed put and were ready to stop him.
And an injured Panther out on the field. That's Hunter Hoppler. Hunter Hoppler. So they'll have an official's timeout here. Lyndon will face a 4th down and 7. 6:50 to play here, first period. It's 7-0 Centralia. The Panthers, a 75-yard drive right off the bat for the score. And now it looks like the Tiger defense is going to have to get back out to the field and see if they were able to make some adjustments against that Centralia running attack.
And if they can't, it could be a long night for Lyndon. And again, last time I was here was 2008 election night, and that's exactly what happened. Centralia got going early on, and it was all Centralia that night.
Hoppler appears to be all right. He'll be helped to the sidelines. Woodruff is the punter for the Tigers. And twin safeties for Centralia. That's Rosine and Steinlage.
Number 7 to the Titans in split formation. Number 2 will
Good snap. Woodruff's kick is a wobbly kick. It'll hit. Take a Lyndon roll inside the 35 down at the 32-yard line. And that is where Centralia will start the drive with 6:33 to play in the first period.
On the 32.
High school football scoreboard show for you tonight on KOFO. If you want to find out what's going on in Kansas playoff action, you would be able to do that at 10 o'clock tonight on the high school football scoreboard show with Eric Peterson. Panthers come up on 1st and 10. Steinlage will be split as a receiver this time. Far side, the receiver is Brett Burdick. Darian Turner is to the left of the quarterback who keeps. And this time stopped for a loss is Rosine. And it was Skylar Farwell in there along with Greg Ditch. 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. That was a similar play we saw in that first drive, but then the second time they ran that play, the big hole.
Yeah, again, you talk about adjustments. You just got to remember the things they did. Read that very carefully every time, and you have a chance to stop them. See what they do here.
This time, Steinlage's in the backfield. He'll get the handoff off the left side, and he'll be dragged down from behind by Yiskra. 3-yard pickup will bring up a 3rd and 9 situation. Let's call it 3rd and 8. We'll mark it near the 34.
That time, Yiskra was waiting for it, holding down with just simply pulling onto the jersey and yanking him down.
Officials timeout for an equipment issue with one of the offensive linemen, Joey Farron.
I think in this day and age they call that a wardrobe malfunction.
5 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the first period. Centralia is on top, 7-0. Panthers have a 3rd down and 8 at their own 34. Steinlage splits this side. He'll be picked up by Breckeisen. Burdick to the far side. Hostig is on him. And it's Turner with the direct snap, trying to get around the corner. It's the backfield and drop for a loss. And that was Alex Hostig that came up from his cornerback spot to make that play, and it'll be 4th down, and the Panthers will have to punt it.
Yeah, and credit the Centralia Panthers for what they were trying to do. They had one of the offensive linemen kind of run along with everybody to provide some blocking, but I believe the Tigers really had that sniffed out, went for nothing there.
Rosine is the punter. Breckeisen and Swinehart back deep. Kicks away. A floater. Bounces. Takes the Centralia roll. And it's going to roll inside the 25 and down at the 22. Breckeisen and Swinehart didn't really know which one of them was going to take that ball. It bounced in between them. And Lyndon lost about 7 or 8 yards of field position right there.
You got to have that wherewith to talk to your partner to know exactly who's going to do what before that happens. So that's a little boo they should talk about.
Tigers will start from their own 23. On their first possession, they picked up 1 first down before the penalty hurt them. And Josh Owens is in the backfield on this possession. Twin receivers each side. Walsh sets up the throws for Tossick. And a gain out across the 25, near the 27. For them, Mars made the tackle for Centralia. Gain of 4, it'll be second down and 6.
Oh, we did talk about having to pick up those 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards on first down. They did that this time through the air. So they may be trying to mix this up a little bit with that pass and now the rush as well, too.
Again, Twins each side. Walsh onto the lane, Owens. And Owens pulled off the top. Picked up by Steinloggy. Steinloggy is going to go in. Shifts on. Touchdown, Centralia.
Jubilation on the field and in the stands. These Centralia fans love it. Their hometown team really put the kibosh on all that right there.
Oh, it looked like he had a nice hole, and then looked to make a move, and the football just came out.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better delay on that because he had some time to do something with it, too. It's just hot, and there it all goes downhill from there.
Rosine will try the extra point, although, again, they'll work out of the swinging gate. So a big start for Centralia here in this first period. Rosene's kick is away, and the kick is no good. It's wide left. This time out on the field with 3:44 to play first period. Centralia 13, Lyndon nothing. Back after this 30-second break, you're listening to Tiger Football on KOFO.
When needing legal assistance, go with Experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA of Lyndon and Osage City is the oldest practicing law firm in the area, offering a wide selection of general law services: divorce, DUI, bankruptcy, probate and trust, personal injury, criminal law, collections, title, insurance, real estate law, and workers' comp. If you need an attorney, call the firm with Experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA in Lyndon and Osage City at 828-4418 or email bbww@bbwwlaw.com.
13-0, and that is not the hole that Lyndon wanted to dig themselves into here. In fact, you don't ever want to dig yourself into a hole, but this is not a good start for the Tigers.
It's shell-shocked, I think, would be a good way to describe it for Lyndon right now. Yeah, I mean, they're only down by 13, but things have just kind of gone wrong for them in just the last 3 or 4 minutes, really. I mean, they looked pretty good, and all of a sudden, things just have kind of gone awry for the team that paid up for the Panthers.
So Rosine will kick it away. Swinehart and Breckheiser are back deep. We talked about taking this crowd out of the game, and this has not been what's happened so far.
In fact, I don't think the thing that's gone wrong for Centralia is that missed extra point.
High kick at Swinehart will field at the 5. And he takes the reverse, keeps it himself, and only gets it across the 16-yard line after around the 16 or 17, and Lyndon will start from rather poor field position.
On the 22-yard last time, 15, so a differentiation of about 7 yards, but that could really be something even a lot bigger with just the way things have gone in the last 2 or 3 plays.
Tigers need to establish their running game. Still lots of time left in this football game, but you've got to start showing something offensively. As the Tigers come up on 1st and 10, they'll work from the empty backfield. In motion, Breckheiser. And Walsh keeps himself up the middle, across the 25, 30, to the 45, and the 36-yard line. Nice gain on the quarterback keeper by Joe Walsh.
The direct snap to himself, and then just finally found the hole where he needed to, and even dragged a couple players with him down there on that as well.
And Centralia bit on the reverse to Breckheiser.
Open kick, the 35.
From the 35.5, 1st and 10. Walsh to throw, out in the flat, has Parks. Makes the catch and fights forward for about 7 out there in the 43.
Number 82, Blazer first.
What I think Lyndon is also doing now is they're also going with a no-huddle offense. And that's not taking time to talk about it. They kind of know what they have to do. It seems like they're just getting to the line and trying to take Centralia out of it, trying to catch them off. Second down 3. Farwell in the backfield with Walsh. In motion, Breckhuysen. Hand off up the middle to Farwell, finding his way forward to the 45. He'll be shy of the first down by about a half a yard. You know, one of the advantages this place has for Centralia is normally when you have a stadium, you usually have maybe a track or maybe some walkway between the stands and the field. Not here. These stands are right next to the field. They're right in the ear of the Tigers because they're on the near hash mark. Third down short. Walsh will be in the shotgun. Steinlog is showing a blitz. Handoff goes to Farwell. Hits the backfield. No, TV is Walsh and breaks the tackle. He's across midfield. Dolan stiff arms the man. And he's inside the 45-yard line down to the 33. Now that's what they need to do. And they've really, as I mentioned before, go with the no huddle and catch Centralia off guard. That kind of work, they need that to happen more and more throughout this game. Big game for Joe Walsh on the third down keeper. It was certainly a good enough thing to fool the announcer. And the videographer. First and 10 for the Tigers at the 33. Farwell set to the left of Walsh. Breckhuysen in motion. He gets the handoff. Being chased. Tries to turn the corner, and a nice open field tackle made out there by Rosine after about a 3-yard gain for Breckhuysen. Rosine. He directs the offense. He kicks the extra points, and now he plays defensive specialist. This guy is a one-man do-all wrecking crew. Minute 23 to play first period. 13-0 Centralia, but Lyndon driving, 2nd and 7. And so it doesn't feel like a 13-0 deficit at this point right now. They got to keep that up. This time Swinehart in motion. Walsh will keep. Pitches late to Swinehart. And a nice open field tackle made by Turner after a gain of a couple. Sure tackling right there by Darian Turner, who is just a sophomore. Third down 5 for Lyndon. They're in 4-down territory here, Scott. Once again, they just take a peek at what their coach wants. They're ready to go for it. No huddle offense being played out right here and now. Trip receivers near side. Woodruff's the only man far side. In motion, Breckhuysen. Walsh to throw. Steps up. Works downfield. Throws deep. Passes caught. And goes. Touchdown, Lyndon. Dustin Swinehart with the reception. 28 yards and a Tiger score. Now that's a thing of beauty there. Walsh had some time, just looked down, and he really had to thread that needle there because he threw it into coverage. Standing right there with the receiver, 6 points Lyndon, they're on the board. Tigers will try the extra point. Walsh out of the hold of Breckhuysen. Kick is up, and it's good. 24 seconds to play in the first period. The score is now Centralia 13, Lyndon 7, and the kickoff comes your way in 30 seconds. This is Tiger football on KOFO.
Napa Auto Parts celebrating the championship run by Martin Truex Jr. with great prices ending in 56. Offering an oil change special for just $20.56 as Truex and the Napa 56 racing team continue in their drive for the Sprint Cup Series championship. Seafoam motor treatment for $6.56 or Napa's matte glass cleaner for $2.56. Plus save $10 on select premium 2-pack replacement capsules for your headlights. Cheer on Martin and his championship run and check out many specials at Napa Auto Parts. Your know-how folks. Open daily in Ottawa and Osage City.
An 83-yard drive for the Lyndon Tigers, and they get on the board. 28-yard pass from Joe Walsh to Dawson Swinehart. And Lyndon will kick it away with 24 seconds and 9 tenths on the stadium clock. And look at this Centralia right now. It doesn't really phase them. They've given up 6 points here, but again, with that experience, But they make playoffs a lot, winning state championships, a very confident bunch.
Reno will tee it up. Racine is back deep. Scott, that was a big drive for Lyndon. As you mentioned, it was not completely a must score, but it certainly was a let's get it down.
And certainly, if nothing more, it does instill them with a bit of confidence too that may have been shaken up early on.
Reno on the run up just about stepped over the line and committed an offside penalty.
They may want to rethink that in the future.
Here's Reno's kick, and it's a short one. Steinlage will field it around the 20-yard line, looking for something, setting up to the outside, managed to get the corner turn and gets a good return out to around the 35-yard line. In fact, they'll say he was out of bounds at the 37, so good field position for the Panthers to start the drive. Tigers defensive line trying to get people fired up. First and 10, Centralia. Steinlage is running back. Racine in the shotgun. And a direct snap to Steinlage, trying the left side, got a block. He's to the 40, he's to the 45, and run out of bounds through midfield. And Steinlage is to carry. Josh Owens ran him out of bounds. So that's a gain of 13 on first down.
Credit Steinlage in the stiff arm there on that, because that brought him about 5 or 6 more yards. A very strong player, obviously.
First and 10 for the Panthers at their own 49-yard line. So far, that left side of the Centralia line has done some good work. Back to throw. Across the middle. Pass is incomplete. It was intended for Burdick, who was open at the Lyndon from 38-yard line, but he dropped it.
He did indeed, and he also had about 2 or 3 defenders a little bit close in the same area, so he could have made the grab, but there was a lot of defense clamping down there for the Lyndon Tigers.
Second down, 10 for the Panthers with 1.3 seconds to play in the period.
The quarter that won't end.
Second and 10, barring penalty, this will be the last play of the first period. Handoff Steinlage, left side, grabbed by Yskra, crosses midfield, gets into Lyndon territory for a gain of 2, but it'll bring up a 3rd and 8 when we come back for the second period of play. At the end of 1, the score is Centralia 13, Lyndon 7. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lyndon Tiger football on KOFO.
The Lyndon Sideliners support their Lyndon Tigers. Made up of the parents and fans of the Big Orange, the Lyndon Sideliners wish the Tigers continued good luck on the road to a state championship. The Sideliners will be there every step of the way. Good luck in tonight's game, Tigers.
Lyndon Motors gives every customer the best buy on a vehicle without making them uncomfortable. Low financing with no money down. Credit problems are no problem. Visit Lyndon Motors, 1703 Topeka Avenue, or shop online, lyndonmotors.net. Get to Lyndon Motors and get the car you want. Go Tigers!
Hyman Title and Escrow offers abstracts, certificates of title, foreclosure reports, closings, and escrow services with the reliable service of 2 full-time licensed title insurance agents. When you need their services, they'd be happy to help you out. Hyman Title and Escrow wishes the Lyndon Tigers good luck in tonight's game.
For flooring and furniture, go with Feltner Floors and Furniture at 720 Topeka Avenue in Lyndon. They've got a great selection, and personal service and installation puts them above the rest. Shop locally, save time and money, and go for the best in flooring and furniture with Feltner Floors and Furniture. Go Tigers!
13-7 Centralia as we move on to the second period of play. Panthers have the ball at the Lyndon 49, 3rd down and a long 8. JT Racine on a 33-yard touchdown run. Sam Steinlage returned a fumble, 22 yards, and then Joe Walsh hit Dawson Swinehart for a 28-yard touchdown. Empty backfield, Racine
Looks to throw under heavy pressure, rolls right. Still looking, throws it up for grabs, and that pass is going to be incomplete. This is intended for Steinlage at the Lyndon 35.
Pressure by Losine, a lot of pressure, but yet he still had enough to get a pass off. Incomplete though, but I'm sure he had his wits about him to be able to get that ball away under some big pressure.
Yzgra and Walsh were applying that pressure. Losine drops back in punt formation. Deep for the Tigers, Breckheisen and Swinehart. Good snap. Kick is away. Not a good kick. Wobbly kick near side. Hits. And will roll sideways, and it'll be downed at around the 31.5-yard line. That's where Lyndon will start the drive.
Down in the ball there that time, Trevor Mars, during the intermission between first and second period, they had a towel up to his face. Obviously got a broken, not a broken nose, but a bloody nose there on one of those plays towards the end of the first quarter. But he's back out playing. These guys are tough. They don't want to sit down. This is playoff football.
Tigers come up. Owens is the running back to the left of Walsh. And off on the reverse, and keeping the ball across the 33 to around the 34-yard line is Dawson Swinehart, and that'll be a gain of a couple, second down 8. One thing I'm impressed with the Centralia defense, they tackle very well.
They do, and they really read out the offense well. And if it's up front guys and linebackers, they really got somebody sniffed out well. This is very much assignment defense.
Showing blitz. Pass along the flat out there on the right side is complete. I believe that's Parks with the reception. He'll be short of the first down by a couple.
Jordan Rose, pass completed to number 32, Slater Park.
And they'll bring up third down and short. In fact, from the spot, they're going to measure, it appears. No, they'll say it's third down less than a yard. So the game Park's a pretty favorable spot across the 35.
Now, they are going to measure this time. They're going to bring up a timeout, I should say.
So they'll bring the chains across just to make sure. I think the official is fairly certain, but in a game like this, you want to make dead certain that you're correct. And it's short by nearly a yard, actually.
I could tell the official was saying that this far, just throwing it in his hands like, why did they do that?
10:55 to play first half. Tigers down by 6. Facing a third down and 1 just outside their own 35-yard line.
But as long as people understand that officials are human beings and they make mistakes, we're going to be just fine.
Spoken for a true official there. Wishbone backfield. Walsh under center. And keeping his Walsh. Looks like he's got the first down at around the 37-yard line.
And that time he did very, very well in using that fullback to his advantage. Looked like he was going to hand off onto him, but the last second pulled it away and found a little hook around the left side who was able to pick up that first down.
Tigers move the chains. First and 10 at their own 37. Woodruff comes this side. And Parks far side as receivers. Owens is a setback. High snap. Keeping his Walsh. He's going to hit the backfield. Stop for a loss. Steinlage came up from his linebacker spot. And that lazy snap that time really hurt the Tigers.
Yeah, that's what you call a busted play. It just didn't play out the way they wanted it to. Fortunately, they did not turn the ball over. Now, a play like that, that's where you really catch your blessings.
Loss of 3, second and 13.
Loss of the play, second and 13 for the Tigers.
3-man front for Centralia. And off goes Owens, and not much there. He gets maybe a yard off the right side.
And that brings up a third down, 10+. They're really going to have to figure out something here to get that first down. One of the longer third down plays they've had tonight.
Third down, let's call it 12, but the long 12. They need to get the ball to the 48-yard line. Twins come to stretch. Twin receivers to the far side as well. Corner blitz. Walsh throws it deep down the field, and he overthrows everybody. The intended receiver was Woodruff, but he was double covered. He was covered by number 10, Julian Turner. So a punting situation for the Tigers. Rosine and Steinlage will be back deep. Woodruff's first punt was not a particularly good one. High snap gets the kick away. This is a floater. Fair catch by Steinlage, and he'll take it at the 30. 35-yard kick, no return. And for Centralia, first and 10 at their own 30 with 9:01 to play in the first half.
I look for Centralia now just to kind of run as much as they can at this point. See if they can kind of kill the clock here headed into halftime. A lot of time, though, until that happens, but so far this for them is just let's just run the clock and grind it out as best we can.
Tight formation. Rosine is in the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Steinlage off the right side. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Fights forward for a couple. Skylar Farwell in on the stop. And also there with the tackle was Dylan Sloop.
And Farwell had that snipped out pretty good. Again, pulled down the runner with that jersey. He stayed home close to home and just figured that out pretty good.
A call to gain of 1, second down 9. And keeping his Rosine up the middle across the 35 to around the 36, maybe the 37. Before Skylar Farwell and Walsh make the tackle. Third down, let's call it a short 4.
This option really makes it interesting for broadcasters and camera people like yourself and myself. You just really never know what you're going to get on these plays.
Inside 8 minutes to play first half. Centralia 13, Lyndon 7. Third and 4 for the Panthers at their own 37-yard line. Tight formation, and now too much time being taken by the Panthers, and they will use a timeout. 7:43 to play before halftime. Again, the score, Centralia 13, Lyndon 7. We're back in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Tiger Football on KOFO.
When your car goes kaput, where do you turn? Hannah's Auto Repair to the rescue. 204 West 17th in Lyndon. Hannah's Auto Repair works on all makes and models of cars and trucks, sells tires, and offers towing. Remember this name, Hannah's Auto Repair at 204 West 17th in Lyndon.
The Lyndon State Bank features a wide variety of account types that are specifically designed to meet all your financial needs. Call or stop by for more information. But not tonight, because the staff of the Lyndon State Bank are busy cheering on the Lyndon Tigers at tonight's game. Go Tigers. Member FDIC.
Third down 4 situation for Centralia as they use their first timeout of the half. Panthers got on the board first on their opening drive. They then scored on a fumble recovery. But Lyndon came back on their next possession and got the touchdown on a pass from Walsh to Swinehart. On a 3rd and 4, Scott, I think you might see Steinlage try that left side. He's been pretty successful going that way so far here tonight.
3rd and 4, coming up. Go with your strength, and when you do have that left side who's really set up for it and has the experience, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And when I say left side, that's the left side of the Centralia line, the right side of the defense for Lyndon. No, they'll go right instead. Steinlage, he turns the corner, got a block, in the open, one man to beat. He's going to go all the way to a Panther touchdown.
Steinlage at that time must have heard what we were saying. But I'm going to do the exact opposite. He did, just ran up the sideline for the touchdown.
So that'll make it a 19-7 game. Now, the question here is, will Centralia go for 2, or will they go for 1? Remember, they missed an extra point the last time they scored. And I believe they're going to go for 2.
They will go for 2 here. Looking over to the sidelines for the play. Rosine rolling right, looking into the end zone. Now throws, and right with the catch. And the 2-point conversion is good. There's time out on the field with 7:30 to play in the half. The score is now Centralia 21, Lyndon 7. The kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Lyndon Tiger football on KOFO.
Buzzard's Pizza of Lyndon proudly supports the Lyndon Tigers in tonight's game. Look no further for great pizza and breadsticks than Buzzard's Pizza at 708 Topeka Avenue in Lyndon. Pizza your way every time. Good luck to the Lyndon Tigers from Buzzard's Pizza.
Lyndon Building Materials is one of the county's largest do-it-best hardware stores, a central boiler heating dealer, and a WIC agricultural post-frame building dealer for all your building needs. Head to 118 West 6th in Lyndon or visit them online at linden.doitbest.com. Go Tigers!
70-yard drive for Centralia. And the final 63, Sam Steinloggy around the right side really was barely touched by the Tiger defense. And the lead is 14 for Centralia.
Now you're kind of getting into that must score we talked about earlier. This is probably it for Lyndon. They've got to do something here. They take the momentum away from Centralia before halftime.
It'll be Swinehart and Breckeisen back deep. Remember, the Tigers will get the second half kickoff, so getting this game back within 1 touchdown is really a key factor. Rosine's kick is a high one. Breckeisen will field it around the 12. Right at the middle, nice hole. Kicks into the open. He's to the 40, 45, across midfield, and run out of bounds.
So in the last 2 plays, we've seen 2 very good runs.
That return, about a 40-yarder by Breckeisen, gives Lyndon excellent field position at the 49-yard line of Centralia.
And it's safe to say this is the best starting field position of the night, too.
Let's see if they can make something of it. Swinehart and Parks put to the far side of the field. Woodruff near side. Walsh in the shotgun. Handoff Farwell has a nice hole left side. The Smith lost the football, covered up by a Tiger at the 43-yard line. Right there, Johnny on the spot to make that recovery was Donovan Barone. And Barone pretty much was just waiting for him right there. Good thing he was, or else all the momentum that Lyndon put together with that good kickoff return would have been all for naught. 6-yard gain. Looks like they actually called Farwell down by contact. Second down 4. Walsh looks to throw. Throws a post pattern, or a sideline pattern rather, to Swinehart, and it's knocked away by Rosine. Swinehart had a half a step on the defender, but Rosine got back there, leaped and knocked it away.
Yeah, I know it's very early in this contest. But if I'm one of the riders here for this game, I'm probably going to say early on, Swinehart is, or the quarterback for Centralia has really had an impact on this game.
Third down, let's call it 5. Blitz coming from the outside. Walsh will step up and run it. He's got the first down and crosses the 35. Rudick made the stop, but a nice run on the scramble by Walsh to pick up the first and 10.
Oh, easy for Walsh, too. There really wasn't much opposition to him. He had his way right into the secondary, and they had to make it up Centralia to stop him, but he did get that first down.
First and 10 Tigers at the 35 of the Panthers. In motion, Breckeisen. Option play right. It's late to Farwell. Farwell to the 30. Farwell to about the 26-yard line. And a good gain on first down for Skylar Farwell.
Number 10. And the option pitch that time really worked out for Lyndon as they're able to get a few extra yards. Very close to a first down here. Gain of about 7. Second is a short 3. Clock under 6 minutes to play first half. Centralia on top, 21-7. Walsh hands it to Farwell again. Nice hole left side. He gets to the outside. 20, 15, 10. Looking for a pylon. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, I don't care which side you're on. It's nice to see Lyndon answer the call. We talked about it a moment ago. Is this a must-have score? Yes, it was. Yes, they answered the call. Hey, you got to vote him. We talked about these teams both being undefeated at 11-0. I think it's safe to say that both teams are really living out to even the billing.
Walsh will try the extra point. Brett Eisen will hold. Lazy snap. Kick is away, though, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 5:33 to play in the second period. The score is now Centralia 21, Lyndon 14. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. We're listening to Tiger football on KOFO.
The staff and students of USD 421 Lyndon take this opportunity to thank area businesses in the community for their loyalty and support of the academic and athletic programs in the Lyndon schools. Lyndon USD 421 students are excelling in the classroom and on the athletic field. Lyndon schools attain the Kansas Department of Education Standard of Excellence for reading and math every year since 2007, and their football teams are achieving great success this season. It's a great time to be a Lyndon Tiger. This message paid for by the Lyndon High School Athletic Department. Go Tigers!
That 49-yard drive by the Tigers set up by the 40-yard kickoff return by Gage Breckheisen. Skylar Farwell with his first touchdown on the night to make it 21-14 as Reno's tees it up. And we'll kick it away to either Steinlage or Rosine. Actually, there'll be a third man in that set, and that is Devin Rippey.
And it's good cooperation there by the Lyndon special teams and offense. First of all, to get them to the 49 of Centralia to set that up, but then the offense just took over from there and got the points that they needed here with 5.5 to play here in the second quarter.
High school football scoreboard show comes your way tonight at 10 o'clock on KOFO. We'll run down the games tonight for you again at halftime. Here's the run-up by the Tigers. They will stop short once again.
And they play it safe because last time it was nearly an offside score.
Rosine is the deep man. Kick to the far sideline. Rosine will have to run it down, and he'll finally pick it up at the 3. Rosine looking for some running room, finds a bit of a hole, but gets all the way across the 15-yard line. So a nice kick by Reno that time that kind of died. Rosine was either going to let it go into the end zone or roll out of bounds. It didn't either.
And again, that kind of brings the Lyndon crowd over on the far side of the field to life. Again, they're looking for everything they can to kind of keep the momentum going. And I think their special teams, again, answered the call right there.
Panthers will have it, 1st and 10 at their own 16, let's call it the 17-yard line. They'll come up with Rosine, the quarterback, and Steinlage, the back to his right. Keeping his Rosine up the middle, has a big hole. Rosine into the secondary, one man to beat, and he gets on now Classic has a chance to throw him down. He does. Finally out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Rosine is the quarterback. Rosine is the kicker. Rosine is the punter. Rosine is the defensive specialist. That time, Rosine, is there anything this man cannot do? I don't know if this man, if you remember this name or not, but Jim Jensen from the Miami Dolphins a number of years ago. That's what this kid reminds me of. There isn't anything that he can't do.
61-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. And the middle of the defense for the Lyndon Tigers was non-existent on that play.
Absolutely. But when you have a quarterback like that who can read, who can jump and get out of the way, man, doesn't matter who's there, he's probably going to jump right over you.
1st and 10 Panthers. Handoff Steinlage off the right tackle. That tries to take it outside. It's around the corner. He's to the 15, and he's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Woodruff made the touchdown-saving tackle. For the first down for the Panthers at the Tiger 6.
I think it's safe to say that nothing really just gets in the way of Centralia. Yeah, you can score on them, but they're just going to take care of the ball when they come back, and they've certainly done that here with this drive.
First and goal. Santa Rosine off the right guard, fights forward. He is going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Centralia.
State champions 2009, 2011. It'll be another state championship for Centralia here in 2012. Right now they're playing just like it. They're on a mission. They've done very, very well so far. At 27-14, it looks like they're going to kick the extra point.
Rosine will kick it out of the hold of Rempe. High snap. They get the kick away, but the kick is wide left. So the point after is no good. Makes the score Centralia 27, Lyndon 14 with 5:02 to play in the first half. We'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Tiger Football on KOFO.
When needing legal assistance, go with experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA of Lyndon and Osage City is the oldest practicing law firm in the area, offering a wide selection of general law services: divorce, DUI, bankruptcy, probate and trust, personal injury, criminal law, collections, title, insurance, real estate law, and workers' comp. If you need an attorney, call the firm with experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA in Lyndon and Osage City at 828-4418 or email bbww@bbwwlaw.com.
We are your sports source for East Central Kansas, where keeping you informed comes first. KOFO Ottawa, KMXN HD2 Osage City.
83-yard touchdown drive. The big play was a 61-yard run up the middle by Rosine. He goes off right guard for the score from 6 yards out, his second score of the night. 27-14, with just a little over 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Scott, looking at the score, you'd say that these two teams don't have any defense. That's been far from the truth during this year so far.
Absolutely. I think both teams are playing very well defensively. You know, if you had to give a nod to one or the other, I'd say it's Centralia. But at times, Lyndon shows that they can play as much defense as the other guys can.
Rosine kicks it short, and it'll bounce. Breckeisen will have to they'll pick it up finally. Looks for a hole, finds a bit of one, gets it across the 30, out to around the 31-yard line. That was dangerous. Breckeisen let that ball bounce, and it just kind of stopped right there. He had to run up and pick it up. He might have been better off, honestly, or safer to fall on the football, but he managed to pick up some positive yardage on the return.
And that's really one of those where, you know, if you don't, then okay, at least you play it safe. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. Pick it up and see what we can do with it. They bought him a few extra yards.
They spot it at the 32, first and 10 for the Tigers. Empty backfield. Walsh has trips far side, twins near side. Owens in motion. He'll get the handoff, trying to get around the right side. Stumbles, and he'll be brought down for no gain.
That time he was looking to see if he could in any way, shape, or form turn the corner, but it just never materialized.
Second down, 10 for the Tigers.
5. Bat.
Walsh calling signals. Looks to throw. Has a man out in the flat. Short gain. And that was Parks at Pierce. But only a gain of about 2. It'll bring up a third down and 8.
One thing also Centralia, their defensive players, as soon as they get up there, roll their hands up in the air and say, come on, crowd, get behind us, get behind us.
Third down, 8 for the Tigers. They really need this one. Walsh again to throw. Throws deep down the field, looking for Woodruff. The pass is incomplete. It went through his hands. Turner had coverage, but Woodruff had a step on him, and the ball went right through his hand. Walsh threw that ball perfectly. But it'll be fourth down for Lyndon.
In front formation, Cameron
Woodruff will punt it. Rosine and Steinlage are deep. Woodruff gets the kick off. It's a high kick, but not very deep. Fair catch by Steinlage at the 39-yard line. 29-yard kick, and with 3:40 to play in the half, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
Centralia is able to score here. What kind of killer would that be for Lyndon heading into the locker room down,
by more than 2 touchdowns. The Tigers have got to have a stop right here. Well, the generous spot they gave that. Fair catch all the way out to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Rosine hands it off to Steinlage. He finds a hole off the right side and breaks it across the 45 near the 50. Cameron Woodruff and Skylar Farwell in on the stop, but it's a 9-yard gain.
Steinlage also can do some things himself. He's a big kid. Running back. Takes advantage of his size. Can bowl over a lot of people when he gets the ball.
2nd down to 1. Keeping is Rosine, hit by Farwell, broke that tackle, and still on his feet to the 46 of Lyndon. That's enough for a 1st down.
One of those where he just spins around, does a little ballerina move, but it buys him a couple of extra yards. They were able to get that 1st down that time. 1st down.
Rosine's just a junior. Not what I'd call a big player, but has the ability to kind of make you miss more than anything else.
And what you call a smart player, too. He knows exactly where he wants that ball to go, and the result is it confuses a lot of people. You, me, and even, more importantly, that Lyndon defense.
Direct snap to Steinlage. He crosses the 45 down to the 42 for a gain of about 5.
When you talk about that direct snap, there's times where we thought it's been snapped to Rosine and then he quickly hands it off to Steinlage. I would say there's times, even with all that tight formation there, they directly snap to Steinlage. It just leaves everybody confused.
Clock is moving. 2:13 to play in the half. Centralia up 27-14. 2nd and 5. And keeping his Rosine off the left side, still on his feet, and dragged across the 35-yard line by Lyndon, but you got to tackle him by not dragging him backwards, because that's a 1st down. That stops the clock momentarily.
Now the wind is starting to pick up, and you can hear it through our microphones. Early on it was very, very calm, but now the wind's starting to pick up, and that, again, could become a factor, particularly in the late part of the 2nd half.
Minute 50 to play. The clock's moving now. Ball is at the 34-yard line, keeping Rosine. And Rosine broke another tackle. And across the 25. And near a 1st down is around the 24. And Centralia will use its 2nd timeout. With a minute 32 to play before half, it's Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to Tiger Football on KOFO.
Napa Auto Parts celebrating the championship run by Martin Truex Jr. with great prices ending in 56. Offering an oil change special for just $20.56 as Truex and the Napa 56 racing team continue in their drive for the Sprint Cup Series championship. Seafoam motor treatment for $6.56 or Napa's matte glass cleaner for $2.56. Plus save $10 on select premium 2-pack replacement capsules for your headlights. Cheer on Martin and his championship run and check out many specials at Napa Auto Parts. Your know-how folks. Open daily in Ottawa and Osage City.
1 timeout remains for Centralia. They have the ball at the 25-yard line of Lyndon. 2nd down and 1 with a minute 32 to go before halftime.
A lot of interest in tonight's game. You'd expect that with a couple of teams that are 11-0.
I believe you mentioned we have 3 radio broadcasts tonight. Got a couple of TV cameras coming up from the Topeka area. A lot of interest in this game. They really love their hometown football up here in this part of the state.
We're at John Riggins Stadium. Of course, the former KU and Washington Redskins Hall of Famer played here in Centralia back in the late 60s.
And I bet there were probably 3 broadcasts that night, too.
Second down 1. Handoff goes Steinloggy, trying to turn the corner. Gets the first down inside the 20-yard line to about the 18. The clock will stop as they move the chains.
And you have to wonder now how much fatigue is playing this, playing a factor here for Lyndon. This defense seems to be on the field quite a bit. What's more, this defense than there really is having to work it to get this ball stopped.
Keeping his Rosine. Now reverses his field, ducks, and dives forward. Back to the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard. But that will force a timeout. And called it.
Timeout over.
And Centralia uses its final timeout with 1:09 to play in the half. They lead at 27-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Lyndon Tiger football on KOFO.
Citizens State Bank offers student checking accounts that'll get you on the right road in high school and follow you to college and beyond. Just because your life changes doesn't mean your bank has to. Citizens State Bank, making banking easy. Citizens State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Lyndon Sideliners support their Lyndon Tigers. Made up of the parents and fans of the Big Orange, the Lyndon Sideliners wish the Tigers continued good luck on the road to a state championship. The Sideliners will be there every step of the way. Good luck in tonight's game, Tigers.
Well, Scott, evidently that timeout was called for by the Tigers.
And evidently public on spot. Yeah, it wasn't when it was 9 when we went to break. They added 3 more seconds on, so more time for Centralia. Albeit 3 seconds, but you know as well as I do, they may need that much time. They're a really good team.
Well, interesting. The Tigers must have seen something. Their coaches must have seen something they wanted to change defensively right there. Second down and 10. Rosine fakes, wants to throw. Penalty flag is down. And a sack by East. Back around the 27-yard line.
There is a flag on the floor. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong for Rosine this evening.
The loss actually of about 6 yards. And so the Tigers will decline the penalty, I believe, force a third down and 16. It is a holding call against Centralia. The flag was thrown about the same spot that Easter made the sack. And it's taking the 10 yards from there, Scott. They decided to take the down and the yardage back at the 25-yard line. So third down and about 15.
Yeah, third down 16, I think is what they're going to call it.
Mars is in the backfield now with Rosine. Steinloggy splits to the near far side as a receiver. Rosine on the quarterback draw. There was a hole. Penalty flag thrown. Rosine is going to go into the end zone, but it's not going to matter. This one's coming back.
I don't know if this thing is being too open, but Rosine had quite the easy street to the end zone on that one.
Well, Lapsack, the coach for Centralia, is out there talking to the referee, but we could see that up here. It's pretty the Lyndon player was held. Rosine looks a little shaken up as he heads back toward the huddle. He's limping.
I think time comes at the very time for both Rosine and for the Lyndon defense. The defense worked very hard. Rosine has worked very hard through this first 2 quarters play.
Third down now, and we're going to call it about 25 yards, I believe. 24 on the scoreboard. And the ball at the 37
4-yard line with 56 seconds to play in the half. So there's the hold from the head referee. Because there was some question, he brought up another, one of the federal officials talk about it, then he finally said, okay, it is a holding. And whistle and a timeout called for by the Tigers once again. Very interesting. 56 seconds to play before half. The score is Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. 30-second timeout. This is Lyndon Tiger football on KOFO.
Lyndon Motors gives every customer the best buy on a vehicle without making them uncomfortable. Low financing with no money down. Credit problems are no problem. Visit Lyndon Motors, 1703 Topeka Avenue, or shop online, lyndonmotors.net. Get to Lyndon Motors and get the car you want. Go Tigers!
Hyman Title and Escrow offers abstracts, certificates of title, foreclosure reports, closings, and escrow services with the reliable service of 2 full-time licensed title insurance agents. When you need their services, they'd be happy to help you out. Hyman Title and Escrow wishes the Lyndon Tigers good luck in tonight's game.
Third down 24 coming up for Centralia. Scott, they're in 4-down territory. They don't have to get it all off play. They don't, but they do seem to be going backwards, and that's something that's very untypical for Centralia, probably throughout the season and certainly tonight. And again, Lyndon using a timeout. Rosine in the shotgun. Looking to throw, under pressure, throws it up in the air. That pass is going to be knocked away. And a fine defensive play back there made by Gates Breckheisen. It was intended for Steinlog. He was trying to force the position. Breckheisen go over the top of him, which he did, but with no contact. And that brings a 4th and a bunch. Like you say, they can afford to do. There's 47.5 seconds left. Probably going to go forward here just to see what happens. They need to get the ball to the 10-yard line. And a whistle. And they were a quick kick, it looked like. Instead, the Panthers will burn their final timeout of the half. 43 seconds to play before intermission. Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. Again, a 30-second break. You're listening to Tiger Football on KOFO.
The staff and students of USD 421 Lyndon take this opportunity to thank area businesses in the community for their loyalty and support of the academic and athletic programs in the Lyndon schools. Lyndon USD 421 students are excelling in the classroom and on the athletic field. Lyndon schools attain the Kansas Department of Education's standard of excellence for reading and math every year since 2007, and their football teams are achieving great success this season. It's a great time to be a Lyndon Tiger. This message paid for by the Lyndon High School Athletic Department. Go Tigers!
47.8 seconds to play before the half. Centralia showed quick kick on that last play, Scott. Lyndon has one timeout remaining. I'm thinking maybe they were hopeful to getting the football back before half. That'd be some quick work for them, and with the way their offense has been going, they'd really have to kind of dig in their bag of tricks to see if something would work out. Well, Lyndon is expecting another kick. Breckheisen is back deep. And there is the kick. It's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback, which will stop the clock with 41.9 seconds to go in the first half. Lyndon will have it at the 21st and 10. Well, maybe first and 10, really it's first and 80 if they want to get something going here before halftime. You have to be very careful, but one thing you don't want to do right is turn it all over. Lyndon will get the football to start the second half. Farwell is in the backfield with Walsh. Walsh rolling right, looks to throw, has a man, and Swinehart makes the catch, has the first down across the 35-yard line. Flag is down, though, in the area where you might see a defensive hold. Either that or maybe an illegal man downfield. And it is an eligible man downfield. So it's all coming back. And that's got to be the disheartening part for Lyndon, is you do your part to get in position for something good, and then something just like goes awry and just moves you back even further. So that is not only the mark off but it is also a loss of down, I believe, as well. They do a penalty. Yeah, they do have first and 15 up there on the board. Okay, so it is first and 15. The clock will start up. Walsh, again, looks to throw, steps up, throws, and underthrows far well. And it'll be third down. Good time to deliver the ball, but just too close to the ground that time. Harwell definitely not in the position to pick up that ball there. And Walsh was knocked to the ground by big Joey Farron. Big number 79 is only a sophomore, Scott. You know, kids these days are so much bigger than when I was a kid. Of course, when I was about this age, I was 4'9", 80 pounds and wet. Second on 15, 25 seconds on the clock. Walsh under center might just take a V now. And the delay of game call. Flag on the play. Wow. I think it's safe to say the Tigers have a lot to talk about at halftime. Got to make some adjustments defensively. Well, now they're back and around the 10. Walsh will pitch it back to Owens. Looking for a hole, gets it around the corner, down the sidelines, and is very neat first down yardage. In fact, they'll stop the clock with 3.8 seconds to play in the half. So nice run by Josh Owens that time. First down for the Tigers. Tigers pick the first down and around the 30-yard line. And watching the official, it looks like they are going to have a measurement. And Lyndon tries to use a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. It leads at 27-14. We have the high school football sports show for tonight at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow we have Ottawa University playoff football as the Braves travel to Missouri Valley to take on the number 2 ranked Vikings. 2 o'clock kickoff and a 1 o'clock pregame on KOFO. And it's good to see Ottawa University stay close to home. You know, just up the road, Baker University, I believe they're going to Indiana to play the first round of the NAIA football tournament. They'll basically try to follow the seeding as much as they possibly can. That, from a travel standpoint, was the best option for the Braves. Lyndon comes. They've blown up the left side of receiver, too. They got trips left, Twins right. Empty backfield. The safeties are playing about 25 yards deep for Centralia. Walsh steps up across the middle for Breckeisen. Has it. Lead immediately. Caught the football. But then the pass was incomplete. Trevor Mars just walled Gates Breckeisen, who is laying prone on the ground. Absolutely clocked him. It is no wonder that ball came loose. In fact, we got the training staff for Lyndon coming out to see if he's okay. He's up walking out by his power. But, man, he absolutely drilled to the turf in that one. That is the one area of the field the receivers hate to be in. Breckeisen held his ground, but when he was hit, he couldn't hang on to the football. And we'll have to check on the progress of Breckeisen as he comes to the locker room for the third quarter. He goes to the sidelines right now. Second down 10, 9 seconds to go. Walsh at center now, wishbone formation. Inside handoff, and that'll run out the clock. We are at halftime of this semifinal 2A, 1A game, and the score is Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. We're back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1220 Country, KOFO.
For flooring and furniture, go with Feltner Floors and Furniture at 720 Topeka Avenue in Lyndon. They've got a great selection, and personal service and installation puts them above the rest. Shop locally, save time and money, and go for the best in flooring and furniture with Feltner Floors and Furniture. Go Tigers!
When your car goes kaput, where do you turn? Hannah's Auto Repair to the rescue. 204 West 17th in Lyndon. Hannah's Auto Repair works on all makes and models of cars and trucks, sells tires, and offers towing. Remember this name, Hannah's Auto Repair at 204 West 17th in Lyndon.
The Lyndon State Bank features a wide variety of account types that are specifically designed to meet all your financial needs. Call or stop by for more information. But not tonight, because the staff of the Lyndon State Bank are busy cheering on the Lyndon Tigers at tonight's game. Go Tigers! Member FDIC.
Buzzard's Pizza of Lyndon proudly supports the Lyndon Tigers in tonight's game. Look no further for great pizza and breadsticks than Buzzard's Pizza at 708 Topeka Avenue in Lyndon. Pizza your way every time. Good luck to the Lyndon Tigers from Buzzard's Pizza.
Lyndon Building Materials is one of the county's largest do-it-best hardware stores, a central boiler heating dealer, and a WIC agricultural post-frame building dealer for all your building needs. Head to 118 West 6th in Lyndon or visit them online at lyndon.doitbest.com. Go Tigers!
This is Skylar Farwell, number 10, running back linebacker for the Lyndon Tiger football team. And on behalf of the players, I would like to thank the parents and community for the tremendous amount of support they showed each game. Thank you. I'm Jacob Lusler, a senior for the Lyndon Tigers. I'm an O-line, D-line player, and my number is 62. I'd like to thank all the fans who formed the tunnel we run through each game.
This is Rod Stahlbaumer, the head coach of the Lyndon Tigers. I'd like to thank the sideliners, the school, and all community members for the support to make this program a success. Thank you.
The Lyndon State Bank features a wide variety of account types that are specifically designed to meet all your financial needs. Call or stop by for more information. But not tonight, because the staff of the Lyndon State Bank are busy cheering on the Lyndon Tigers at tonight's game. Go Tigers! Member FDIC.
Halftime of this 2-1A Coast State game, and the score is Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. Panthers struck first for opening drive. They went 75 yards all on the ground, and J.T. Rosine took it in from 33 yards out, added the extra point to make it 7-0, and we played about 3 minutes first period. The Panthers then got on the scoreboard by a turnover, and Steinloggy picked up a fumble from Josh Owens, and we're in the end zone. 22 yards on the return. Kick was good. That made it 13-0. Lyndon came right back, though. They drove 83 yards and covered the final 28 pass from quarterback Joe Walsh to Dawson Swinehart. Walsh had the extra point to make it 13-7 at the end of one quarter. Stayed that way until midway through the second period when Centralia got on board, capping a 70-yard drive in just 3 plays. It was Steinloggy off the right side. He went down the sidelines 63 yards out. The 2-point conversion pass was good from Rosine to Brett Burdick, and that made the score 21-7. Again, the Tigers responded. They scored on a 49-yard drive, which was aided by a long kickoff return by Gage Reckheisen. Skylar Farwell, 27-yard run. Walsh added the PAT. It was 21-14. But then Centralia got the ball back and didn't take any time at all. 61-yard run by Rosine set up a 6-yard touchdown run, and it was 27-14 after the missed extra point. The Panthers had the ball in Lyndon territory, but then started shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, and Lyndon was able to run out the clock in the first half. And fortunate for the Tigers, she falls behind another score, Scott, and it could really be kicked bar the door.
Yeah, that's part of the good part for Lyndon there in the last part of the first half is they didn't give up another score, and they're down 27-14. But we're looking at the recap sheet in front of me that you kept very good numbers on. I see where Centralia High School could really set the tone early, particularly with that 75-yard drive to start the game all on the ground. That really set the tone for tonight's contest.
The proud Lyndon defense has really been shredded here in the first half. 75-yard drive, 70-yard drive, 83-yard drive. The last one got down there quite a way. The Traders run up a bunch of offensive numbers tonight.
And they really have just on a few plays, too, when you think of it. 63 yards on the run. Wide open space that look like they maybe shut down in a hurry, but then just take advantage and go for those long runs, good kick returns. You can really say Troy is just feeling it, and really Lyndon is just playing catch-up ball at this point.
It's a very well-seasoned Centralia football team, but Lyndon has not tackled over tonight.
Too many broken tackles by the running back.
Yeah, and they really got to get that fixed here at halftime in a hurry. Guys, sustain your blocks, guys, sustain your tackles. Just because the guy's on his way, does not mean he's going down. I think Centralia took the school through the first 2 quarters of that one.
Again, the score at halftime, 7-14, Centralia with the lead, and we'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Lyndon Tiger Football on 1220 Country KOFO.
When needing legal assistance, go with experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA of Lyndon and Osage City is the oldest practicing law firm in the area, offering a wide selection of general law services: divorce, DUI, bankruptcy, probate and trust, personal injury, criminal law, collections, title, insurance, real estate law, and workers' comp. If you need an attorney, call the firm with experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA in Lyndon and Osage City at 828-4418 or email bbww@bbwwlaw.com.
Napa Auto Parts celebrating the championship run by Martin Truex Jr. with great prices ending in 56. Offering an oil change special for just $20.56 as Truex and the Napa 56 racing team continue in their drive for the Sprint Cup Series championship. Seafoam motor treatment for $6.56 or Napa's matte glass cleaner for $2.56. Plus save $10 on select premium 2-pack replacement capsules for your headlights. Cheer on Martin and his championship run and check out many specials at Napa Auto Parts. Your know-how folks. Open daily in Ottawa and Osage City.
Citizens State Bank offers student checking accounts that'll get you on the right road in high school and follow you to college and beyond. Just because your life changes doesn't mean your bank has to. Citizens State Bank, making banking easy. Citizens State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Lyndon Sideliners support their Lyndon Tigers. Made up of the parents and fans of the Big Orange, the Lyndon Sideliners wish the Tigers continued good luck on the road to a state championship. The Sideliners will be there every step of the way. Good luck in tonight's game, Tigers.
Lyndon Motors gives every customer the best buy on a vehicle without making them uncomfortable. Low financing with no money down. Credit problems are no problem. Visit Lyndon Motors, 1703 Topeka Avenue, or shop online, lyndonmotors.net. Get to Lyndon Motors and get the car you want. Go Tigers!
Hyman Title and Escrow offers abstracts, certificates of title, foreclosure reports, closings, and escrow services with the reliable service of 2 full-time licensed title insurance agents. When you need their services, they'd be happy to help you out. Hyman Title and Escrow wishes the Lyndon Tigers good luck in tonight's game.
We're back here at Centralia High School, where Centralia leads Lyndon at halftime, 7-14. Another game in Class 1A is Meade taking on Lacrosse tonight. Lacrosse defeated Meade, coming in at 10-1. Meade won the championship in 2010, lost in the, they lost the semifinal round last year to Lacrosse, who fell in the championship to the Centralia squad. So there's a lot of experience in big football on the 2A, 1A brackets this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of familiarity at the top, but, that's what's interesting about these clubs is just get a program that they're just really comfortable with, really good at. At the outset of tonight's broadcast, they don't reboot, they just reload, and you see that year after year after year with some clubs, just for whatever reason, whatever's in the food or in the water around here, they just know how to grow up good.
Well, success breeds success also. Whenever you have a successful program, you have a situation where you can keep that going because the younger players and even the kids along the sidelines are watching that. I want to be a part of that.
Absolutely, and if a hometown coach like this really gets involved, like with youth program, that's really kicks in the high. Where I live in other Kansas, Marvin Dieter has done that. He's got these kids started with the idea at age 6. Hey, you can play high school football. For me, most of his teams do win on Friday nights. So when those kids see it, they're like, I want to do that, and they stick with the program for them to be ready to play high school football.
The 8-man games will be played tomorrow afternoon down in North Newton, and the 8-man Division I game is Rock Hills versus Ness City. City undefeated on the season. Rock Hills with just 1 loss on the year. And then via Baileyville, a perennial power up in this northeastern part of the state, they're in the 8-man 2 championship game against Thunder Ridge out of Kensington. 8-man football is a week ahead of everybody else. They do that. Basically, there's just a lot of football going on that last weekend. They moved the 8-man games. I think it's also due to the way the playoffs all.
It's probably too because they have a shorter field. They've got a few players. Why not give them a shorter season?
And they have 2 divisions also. The 3A games tonight at Rossville at Silver Lake. Lake won earlier meeting between the two teams. It's Scott Community High School at Beloit. A lot of people are looking at that ball game as being a real test to see how good Scott City really is. And one thing, when you say earlier with the other, this was a rematch, a lot of nervousness and tenseness when you have two teams that see each other during the regular season come particularly for the right to go to the championship game. All kinds of things happen there. In Class 4A, also a rematch. The Pirates will try to gain some revenge against the Eudora Cardinals, who beat them the first game of the 25-7 in driving rainstorm that just didn't quit. Those games where I had to load up all my stuff, take garbage bags because it was just raining cats and dogs that night. Let's see, that was hurricane, the remnants of hurricane game. No. Which one was it? It was one of the hurricanes, though. All I know is I was just wet the whole night. In fact, the pants got so that there were ink stains all over. I had to get rid of it. The other 4A game, western side of the bracket, down at Maine night. Holton, who you really don't think of as being a western team, is on the western side of the bracket. They're undefeated. Fritz Barta with another fine job of coaching up there, and they are on the road tonight at Mulvane in the other 4A semifinal. On the road in the key there, they've gone quite a ways. We passed Holton on the way up here coming to this game. That's going to be a good long drive to and from. That's going to take a toll on those kids just to get there. 5A Salon South is at Bishop Carroll tonight. Bishop Carroll is the odds-on favorite to take the state title. They really have been challenged, but Salinas is a good program. And another one, Bishop Carroll, get a program out of the Wichita area. They're able to do some great things with the kids they get. And, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Said that times about. St. Thomas Aquinas is hosting Bishop Miege tonight, and those two teams, East Kansas League rivals, and for the second time this year as well. Yeah, you know, those two clubs, when they get together, there's just something in the air, and very, very two fine football clubs. You should see the -2 game like that at St. Thomas Aquinas and Miege. 6A, another rematch is Simpson at Derby. Salthawks won the first game. This one beat down at Derby tonight. Salthawks like to do it on the ground whenever they can, as often as they can. I believe that's one reason why they're multiple champions. And Free State out of Lawrence is Tony Mission West at the Sunflower League matchup, and I believe it's also a rematch from earlier game this year. I think won by West, but I'm not sure about that. Tony Mission West and the Free State, two teams that up there in the 6A ranks and really enjoy a good program, just from what they have on the but what they have for field. There's a lot of things that, you know, if we were there tonight, we'd probably get inside, nice here and all that stuff. But that's the advantage of being in the city and being a 6A program. You had a lot of good things at your disposal, and then put out a good program for the kids and their fans. You know, actually, that's a segue. We will thank the folks at Centralia have made us very comfortable here in the circumstances. There's like 5 radio stations. You mentioned that earlier up here tonight, and they've done a good job of making it as comfortable as we possibly can. Absolutely, and I really credit Principal John Wynn, who does to school with Kessinger out there. Bethany College stopped me before the game, and certainly have a great give my best team. But that's what's kind of neat to have these small town people on our first approach and say, I know this person or that person, please give them my best. You know what? I think there might be some players on this and ball. Ken Kessler might be interested. In fact, that's really what Principal Wenzel with the first thing asked me is, hey, are you here to watch some of our kids? But they see identify with college, they don't know if they're being watched. Yeah, and Lyndon Tigers the same way. I really Coach Kessler design on a couple of your players. You know, that's the whole part about college football here in the state of Kansas. You may have KU or KU, but hey, there's a place for you in some of the Ottawa University football tomorrow afternoon, and KFO as the Brents travel to Missouri Valley to take on second-ranked Missouri Valley Vikings. Kickoff is 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock game on KOFO. The volleyball team is in action in the NAIA tournament as they travel to Bellevue for a match tomorrow. The winner of that one will go to the national tournament to be played next weekend at Sioux City, Iowa. Lady Brand is coming off a perfect KCAC season. Look to gain a measure of revenge against Bellevue, who beat them earlier in the tournament, I believe, at Baker University. Iowa University men's basketball is in action tonight. The Braves are at Columbia College, and on Tuesday they're on the road again, this time Baker. OU women's basketball has a couple of games this weekend. They're taking on Central Methodist tonight against Johnson and Wales tomorrow. They're on the road Tuesday to take on Avalon. But he's back to the locker room. We'll pause for 2 minutes. listening to Tiger Football on 1220 Country KOFO.
When your car goes kaput, where do you turn? Hannah's Auto Repair to the rescue. 204 West 17th in Lyndon. Hannah's Auto Repair works on all makes and models of cars and trucks, sells tires, and offers towing. Remember this name, Hannah's Auto Repair at 204 West 17th in Lyndon.
For flooring and furniture, go with Feltner Floors and Furniture at 720 Topeka Avenue in Lyndon. They've got a great selection, and personal service and installation puts them above the rest. Shop locally, save time and money, and go for the best in flooring and furniture with Feltner Floors and Furniture. Go Tigers!
The Lyndon State Bank features a wide variety of account types that are specifically designed to meet all your financial needs. Call or stop by for more information, but not tonight, because the staff of the Lyndon State Bank are busy cheering on the Lyndon Tigers at tonight's game. Go Tigers! Member FDIC.
This is Gabe Clark, Senior Free Safety from Lyndon on the Tiger football team, and I would like to thank Tiger Nation for traveling to watch us in any weather conditions, no matter rain, sleet, or snow. Thank you.
I'm Jacob Lusler, a senior for the Lyndon Tigers. I'm an O-line, D-line player, and my number is 62. I'd like to thank all the fans who form the tunnel we run through each game.
This is Donovan Baroni, number 73 for Lyndon Tigers. I'd like to thank all the community for feeding us before all the games. Thank you.
Buzzard's Pizza of Lyndon proudly supports the Lyndon Tigers in tonight's game. Look no further for great pizza and breadsticks than Buzzard's Pizza at 708 Topeka Avenue in Lyndon. Pizza your way every time. Good luck to the Lyndon Tigers from Buzzard's Pizza.
The staff and students of USD 421 Lyndon take this opportunity to thank area businesses in the community for their loyalty and support of the academic and athletic programs in the Lyndon schools. Lyndon USD 421 students are excelling in the classroom and on the athletic field. Lyndon schools attain the Kansas Department of Education Standard of Excellence for reading and math every year since 2007, and their football teams are achieving great success this season. It's a great time to be a Lyndon Tiger. This message paid for by the Lyndon High School Athletic Department. Go Tigers!
Tigers still in this semifinal contest, 7-14 as we get to the second half of play. Scott, what was talked about, do you think, in the locker room? Guys, don't get your head down. We're down by a couple of touchdowns. We've given us some big plays, but you can correct all that. It's a new game right now. You're going to get the ball first, make sure you score first, but make sure, more importantly, that you play good football. Remember the things that got you here. I got Gene Hatton and Hoosiers. So really, that's what it comes down to. The reason you're 11-0, don't forget all of that. The reason that the other team realizes that you could rise quickly the way they did now the game open the first half. And what about the Panthers? Panthers are just saying, hey, guys, just keep it going. Absolutely. Throw it down on the ground. Let's get this game over as quick as we can. Let's proclaim our champions this side of the state and head out to Hayes next Saturday. Don't forget we have the high school football scoreboard show coming your way tonight at 10 o'clock. Now, the way this game is being proceeded, we may be pushing this a little, but we will have for you 10 o'clock tonight, the high school football scoreboard show, getting you up to date on all of the action in the semifinal round for Class 6 2-1A, and then they'll preview also the championship games for the A-Bank application. And if this continues, they don't have to do a recap live on that show. I might have to do that. So here's will have the option here in the second half. The wind died down. Scott had mentioned earlier that it had picked up, and it had plowed, but found the flag hanging limp on the staff. It's really been a very pleasant, nice football. Temperatures probably hovering in the upper 30s, low 40s, I would imagine. And there's a huge crowd of Lyndon fans across the way. Those who made a trip, really on this team that has done well during this 2012 season. They still have 24 minutes of ball to see if they can move into that championship.
Yeah, and they do. And it's a 24. Got to just get to work and see what happens. But Lyndon is in a very good position despite being down by the 27-14.
So the Tigers get the football first. They're going to move right to left as we see it here in the second half of play. Again, your scoring looks like this. A 3-yard run by Rosine of Centralia. 22 yards for recovery by Steinloggy to make it 13-0. Walsh hits Swinehart with a 28-yard touchdown pass. Then Steinloggy a 63-yard run. Scott Farwell scored from 27 yards out, and Rosine a 6-yard run for a score. 27-14 as set for the third period. Breckeisen and Swinehart are back. That's good news. Breckeisen that big late in the first half. He's out there to return the second half kickoff. And the short kick near side. Farwell will let roll out of bounds.
Kick went out of bounds.
This could too, because I believe isn't that penalty to start out the second half this year going for the Lyndon Tigers.
Yeah, and I don't know what Lyndon will do. It looks like they decided to take them at the 35, which is their option. They could force a re-kick, but I think the 35-yard line is good field position to start this drive for the Tigers.
And they had field position at the 49 of Centralia in the first half. That was a starting field position. It did get them some support, so let's see what happens here.
Tossing goes wide to the right. For this side is Woodruff. Walsh in the shotgun. And hands it off straight at the middle and across the 35 to around the 37-yard line. Goes Tyler Farwell.
Tyler Farwell with the carry.
Gain on the play of about 3, down to 7. One thing Centralia gets to do a good job of, Scott, and that is closing the hole. It looks like the hole for the back, but it closes pretty quickly.
And part of that is because of their size. They've got two big men there on the far of the line. If there is a hole, it's going to close just because of that size.
Hard in motion, they'll hand it off on the reverse. Instead, it's Tossing, and Tossing drops at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Tossing the right on that time, and he had the right setup there. His attitude at the right time. Just couldn't get that corner turn there on the left side. Down at the 39-yard line.
Third down and about 5. It was a couple-yard gain that time for Tossing. Then the players looking at the plays on their armbands. Walsh looks to throws, and passes intercepted and drops. Throws and a wide open space in front of him. Tossing, particularly Swinehart, looking back for the football. He'll bring up a fourth down, and the Tigers go third down on the opening possession.
There's third thing gone wrong for Rossing this evening. He just there's so many things, and just had an interception. Could have been 6.
Woodruff in punt formation. Back deep, Steinloggy is the up man. Rosine the deep man. High snap. But not to run. The kick is away. It's off the side of the foot of Woodruff. And it's going to be just into Centralia territory and be down to the 47-yard line. That is only a 13-yard kick.
You know, when you, me, and everybody else look straight up, you kind of know that's not a very good punt.
So excellent field position for the Panthers to start this drive of the third period. High formation for the Panthers. And off Steinloggy, looking to turn the corner, broken one, and the first down inside Lyndon territory at the 41, and once again, the Tigers really struggling to make tackles tonight.
And you know, it's exactly how they began their first drive of the first half. Was the play inside on that first down play all the way back in the first quarter. But the result was the same. Sweep the corner, turn it up to them, cut inside the first down. They're doing their work.
Just at the 4-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Trick snap goes to Bars, up back, and he gets it across the 40 and up about 4 yards. Skylar Farwell made the stop, second down 6. 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Centralia on top by 13.
For that rushing defense of Centralia really worked on Lyndon in the first half. Probably the other thing they talked about at halftime, just get some rest.
Keeping is the quarterback. Rosie has it into the secondary, has a first down and more, and will finally be brought down and around the 20-yard line. That play has worked all night long, Scott. Lyndon has yet to come up with a defense that can stop it.
Absolutely, and again, it's one of those that just shocked everybody. Don't know what they're going to do, but when he gets it, he just wait. Rosie just keeps going and going and going with that.
He spins and looks like a handoff, and then he just takes it right in the middle, and every time there's been a big hole. Houdini, first down from the 19. And a direct snap again to Mars. Mars gets a couple near the 17-yard line. Skylar Farwell in on the stop.
Mars with the carry. Again, we're approaching the 9-minute mark. What that says is that it's been a very quick 3 minutes to start this contest in the second half. And you can bet Centralia is just going to run as much as they can here.
Lyndon needs a stop defensively. Second down and a long 8. Steinloggy off the right side, cuts it against the grain, and then gets it down across the 10-yard line. He'll have a first and goal situation. They'll spot the ball at the 8. First down goal. That's another play that Lyndon has struggled to stop tonight. Steinloggy around the right side or the left side, either one for that matter.
Either way, he's just had a hard time stopping Centralia.
And off Steinloggy. This time he's going to be hit the backfield, and a nice open field tackle by Woodruff, and Steinloggy maybe picks up a yard.
Cameron Woodruff. Quick tackle. And clock continues to roll. On the ground is the way Centralia likes to do it. First drive of the first half, same way. Result, touchdown. It'll be the same here to start the second half for Centralia.
Second down goal at the 7-yard line. Rosine keeps it himself, and he is down to around the 6 for a couple-yard gain. That was Skylar Farwell again on the stop, and that time they read that play pretty well. Third down goal, the ball at the 6.
Down to 7:30 on the clock now.
Panthers will use up some clock here. They certainly don't want to risk a delay of game penalty, though, as they come up quickly.
Everybody's feeling it, too.
On third down, they'll hand it off to Steinloggy. He slips his balls back and around the 8. We hadn't seen too much of that tonight, and that time Steinloggy just lost his footing.
Yeah, it's a slippery field out there right now, if you can call it that, but that's one of the things that is not happening very much for Lyndon to take whatever they can at this point.
And it looks like the Panthers are going to go for the field goal.
One thing I've noticed about these smaller teams is that the kicking department isn't really as strong as it has been or could be, and so they end up going up for a lot on fourth down regardless of the situation. But it looks like Rosine is on for a kick. He's still away, too. This could help.
It's a 26-yard field goal attempt. I think Centralia's going to burn a timeout here.
Indeed.
So a timeout call with 6:31 to play, third period. Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. We're back 30 seconds, and this is Tiger football on KOFO.
When needing legal assistance, go with Experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA of Lyndon and Osage City is the oldest practicing law firm in the area, offering a wide selection of general law services, divorce, DUI, bankruptcy, probate and trust, personal injury, criminal law, collections, title, insurance, real estate law, and workers' comp. If you need an attorney, call the firm with Experience. Burns, Walsh & Walsh, PA in Lyndon and Osage City at 828-4418 or email bbww@bbwwlaw.com.
Fourth and goal at the 9-yard line. Centralia calls time. They may rethink their decision to go for the field goal here, Scott.
Yeah, why not? Again, you're up by 2 touchdowns. You've really taken command, at least at this early part of the second half. You've rattled off almost 6 minutes of clock time. Might as well just go for it and see what you can do.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Turner's in the backfield along with Rosine. Fourth and goal to 9. Looking to throw Rosine. Now rolls right under pressure. Looks, throws into the end zone. Sucked away. And the Tigers have held on defense.
That's exactly what they needed to do. We talked about that they should score at the first opportunity they had in the second half. They weren't able to do that, but they kind of made everything even. Getting that big stop here, fourth down, key for the opponent's into the field.
And now if the Tigers get something going on the offensive end, it starts swing the momentum a little bit. They're going to spread the football field here. They're going to send twins right, twins left.
Owens is back along with Walsh on 1st and 10 from the 9. Walsh to throw. Looks, throws it deep down the field, looking for Woodruff. Pass is caught. But it was out of bounds. They're going to say he couldn't sing inbound. Well thrown pass by Walsh. Quick catch by Woodruff. Just could not keep himself inbound on this near side. That's what I was going to say. I thought the whole thing was just perfectly beautiful on the both the pass and the reception. Just could not down in time. So 2nd and 10. In motion, Swinehart. He'll get the, no, Walsh will keep it himself. Has some running room. Picks up the first down across the 20-yard line. And that's an important down. Gets you out of the shadow of your own end zone. Walsh is doing a nice job running the football tonight. Walsh really does have that ability to do that, but for a quarterback, you really need that quarterback, but you, more importantly, that field general presence. You are in control. You take it, and you can do something with it, and he's definitely proved that to be. Throughout the season. Under 6 minutes play in the 3rd period. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And straight up the middle goes to Owens, fighting his forward. Not much there. Might have got a couple. Ran into a wall, only as they started playing for his own players as well, too. But again, if you can bounce off that, maybe pick up a few yards just sitting on that one. 3-yard game, 2nd and 7. Twins right, single receiver left. Walsh looks to throw. Out in the flat has Woodruff. Brutus hit, breaks away for the tackle, and he's very near a first down at the 31-yard line. And they're just doing that little bits and pieces here and there. It is enough for a first down. The players looking over to the sidelines for the play call. Have one of those picture play call systems. Who knows? It could be tic-tac-toe on there for all we know. And off goes to Owens. Owens falls forward for a couple, out to around the 34-yard line. For the tackle. The 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. 2nd and 8, Lyndon. The drive started back at 9. In motion, Swinehart, the call. Looking to turn the corner, gets it across the 35, and to around the 37. And that'll bring up 3rd down and around 4. So that's, I'm very, very determined. He was going to turn the corner, and for just a bit, one of those where he went in motion and he knew what his task was. And I believe he did pretty well on that. Big 3rd down play coming up here. 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Walsh will look throw, now back draw. Looks to fight forward, very close to the first down on 2nd. With a man on the spot, and it's not a very favorable spot. It's going to break 4th down at about a yard. So the question is, do you go for it or do you boot it away? Or do you have a trick play here on punt formation to try to shake things up? Punt unit is on, it appears. Although Woodruff is not out there, so it looks like Lyndon's going to go for it. 4th and 1. And this is really going to bring everybody to life here. Quarterback sneak by Owens. And he is going to be close. And it looks like this time he got a favorable spot. It may be enough. I think so. It's going to be close to the measure. Yeah. Boy, tell you what, that's close. He may not have made it. Yeah, I'm gonna pan for those of you watching. We'll see if we can get this to you as best we can. And it is a first half by the Moses football. This is a really good
bunch of football left over. They did indeed that first inning. So again, the drive stays alive. This drive has been going on about 3.5 minutes. So it's taking a little bit for them to get going. It's, in their own way, Lyndon is eating up the clock here on this drive. Lefty call by Rod Stahlbaumer keeps the drive alive. First 10 moved on backfield. And handoff on reverse to Woodruff. First corner into Centralia territory and very near the first net with the carry. Now that's exactly what they needed. You know, get that wishbone going. Something you see on the short down yard situation, Lyndon up to the point, but that time it really paid off for him as they took the second option. He was able to get over the left side and get close to first yardage.
And not a typical wishbone play on that reverse. And 10 at the 48 of Centralia. Owens in motion, keeping his wall, breaks the tackle, crosses the 45, down the 42. Doesn't know the tackle. 4-yard gain, second down, 6. 2:40 to go, third period. Centralia leads 27-14.
We'll see it. Wall Sickenberry will seem like on that play, too. And on this drive, too, it's really taking command of things.
Both these quarterbacks are juniors. Both will be back next year. Yeah, it's hard to distinguish between them as far as who's done yeoman's work here in this ball game. Again, it's Walsh on the carry. Will have the first down, trying to get the outside, and still on his feet, and inside the 30-yard line. Well, they're going to spot him at the 30. Looks like he must have either gone out of bounds or went to a knee at the 30. Another nice run by Joe Walsh. First and 10 for the Tigers. Joey Center with the stop there. He's up there, and he's your left tackle there for Centralia. He had to go quite a way. He's a big boy to make that stop. Joey Center with the stop on Lyndon. And Lyndon, or rather Centralia, used this second time out. It stops the clock with 2 minutes to play, third period. Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on KOFO.
Napa Auto Parts celebrating the championship run by Martin Truex Jr. with great prices ending in 56. Offering an oil change special for just $20.56 as Truex and the Napa 56 racing team continue in their drive for the Sprint Cup Series championship. Seafoam motor treatment for $6.56 or Napa's matte glass cleaner for $2.56. Plus save $10 on select premium 2-pack replacement capsules for your headlights. Cheer on Martin and his championship run and check out many specials at Napa Auto Parts. Your know-how folks. Open daily in Ottawa and Osage City.
We are your sports source for East Central Kansas, where keeping you informed comes first. KOFO Ottawa, KMXN HD2 Osage City.
First and 10 Tigers at the Panther 30-yard line.
$71 yards in this drive so far.
Sparking signals. Looks to throw, has the man out in the flat. Catch is made. Broke a tackle, picked up a first down. And that was Parks. Slater Parks for the catch. And a gain of 13 down to the 17-yard line.
It's a simple little out pattern. Nothing flashy. Get the first down.
The receivers have been given some push. Lyndon's trying to take advantage of that here tonight. Owens on the handoff up the middle. Nice hole. Flicks it into the secondary. Down near the goal line, but stopped just short. Nice run by Josh Owens will bring up a first and goal at the Centralia 1.
And really on this drive, I think Lyndon has been working the Centralia. Just kept them guessing. You never know what they're going to do. It could be a little out, it could be something up the middle, and it could be a quarter keeper. Centralia is really kind of confused on this one.
First and goal, they'll go with the wishbone formation. And like we had an early jump time by the Tigers. Looked like maybe the center forgot the snap count.
Yeah, you don't see every move except one person. You kind of know that some not doing assignment.
So false start puts it back outside 5. Now in some respects that might be a little bit better for Lyndon. It opens up several other options for them offensively.
Well, really, what I thought that they actually had fumble there, so, for them to get that whistle to stop it probably was the best thing for them.
They'll stay with the wishbone. Deep men are Tossig and Farwell. Blitz coming. Pitch back goes to Tossig. Tossig hit in the backfield. Lost for a loss. Lost about a yard on the play. Bring up a second and goal as the clock is inside of mid-play, third period.
So as we mentioned before, Centralia had about a 6.5-minute drive. Here, Lyndon is also coming up close to that.
Second and goal back at the 7th. Under center, Walsh. He'll look to throw. He'll throw. He's got a man, but overthrows him. Woodruff was open on the flag pattern right there, but the pass was overthrown. Stops the clock with 34 seconds. It's up a third down and goal. Woodruff.
Third and they're not going to talk about it. They're set to go. No huddle offense here for Lyndon.
Owens in the backfield to the right of Walsh. Walsh again looks to throw. Has time. Has a man. Struck away by Rosine. JT Rosine had coverage on Brett Heisen and knocked it away to bring up a 4th and goal situation.
Rosine is just Mr. Ball tonight. Absolutely. And a 4th down here.
Huge play for the Tigers right here. 4th and goal. Walsh, straight drop. Looks, throws, and Woodruff overthrows him incomplete. And Centralia holds them down. Wow. Here in this third period, outside of Lyndon's first drive, which lasted about a minute and a half, both teams had 6.5-minute drives, and both come up empty. So now the Tigers have to dig in defensively. 1st and 10 at the Centralia 8. 23 seconds to play, third quarter. Panthers lead by 13. Rosine keeps it up the middle, looking for room, breaks another one, and has the first down. Alex Carter's here for brother at the 15-yard line. Easter made the tackle, but not until Rosine able to pick up 8 yards, and that won the third quarter. In the 3 quarters of play, our score, Centralia 27, Lyndon 14. Fourth quarter action in 1 minute. This is Tiger football on KOFO.
Lyndon Building Materials is one of the county's largest do-it-best hardware stores, a central boiler heating dealer, and a WIC agricultural post-frame building dealer for all your building needs. Head to 118 West 6th in Lyndon or visit them online at lyndon.doitbest.com. Go Tigers!
Citizens State Bank offers student checking accounts that'll get you on the right road in high school and follow you to college and beyond. Just because your life changes doesn't mean your bank has to. Citizens State Bank, making banking easy. Citizens State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Lyndon Sideliners support their Lyndon Tigers. Made up of the parents and fans of the Big Orange, the Lyndon Sideliners wish the Tigers continued good luck on the road to a state championship. The Sideliners will be there every step of the way. Good luck in tonight's game, Tigers.
Lyndon Motors gives every customer the best buy on a vehicle without making them uncomfortable. Low financing with no money down. Credit problems are no problem. Visit Lyndon Motors, 1703 Topeka Avenue, or shop online, lyndonmotors.net. Get to Lyndon Motors and get the car you want. Go Tigers!
27-14 Centralia. Panthers will have it down at 2, deep in their own territory. This is a big defensive series for the Tigers right here.
In many ways, it was a big defensive series for Centralia, too. I mean, yeah, they're up 27-14. I would be safe in saying that their team just doesn't feel safe at this moment until they can maybe add another score, and then they might be able to do a little bit better.
They come up 2nd and 2. He breaks the tackles, got the first down, and is out around the 20-yard line. Josh Owens made the stop. Now, of course, Steinloggy was the change. First down for the Panthers.
It looks like the Lyndon Tigers are also, like mentioned at halftime, sustaining their blocks and their tackles a little bit better here defensively in the second half.
Play call comes in from the bench. And Trevor Mars comes out of the ball. He was limping going back out there for the fourth quarter. Being replaced by Ross. Keeping a Steinloggy, grabbed by the jersey, and finally gets help. And Steinloggy goes down for her loss. And Steinloggy a bit shaken.
I was going to say, he's a little bit leery in getting up. In fact, he's still having a hard time.
Well, he was spun around 2 or 3 different times by a Lyndon defender and then got really hammered by the help that came up from the secondary, and he's going to limp off the field.
That would be a very big loss for Centralia if this holds up.
Second down, the long 10. 11-13 to go here in the ball game. Centralia has led throughout. The defending champion Panthers come up on 2nd and 10. They'll single receivers each side. Turner is the man in the backfield now with Rosine. Rosine looks to get it up the middle. Doesn't have much this time. Lyndon trying to strip the football. It'll be a gain of about a yard or 2. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers.
For 40-yard gain, 3rd down 7. So the Tigers keeping it close. Again, they're only down 2 touchdowns or a couple of scores, but they just really seem to be in it, and they're playing much better defensively here in the second half.
Panthers taking a lot of time in the huddle. And they'll come up with the referee counting down the last 5 seconds. This quarterback draw by Racine. Spins away for one tackler. Breaks another one. Looks to get the first down. And he did. Now, that team was 2nd and 3rd effort, Scott.
I was going to say, that's the point where the quarterback says, it's 3rd down, I got to have a first down. And he took it upon himself to do it, and he did just that.
1st and 10 out at the 32-yard line, and that's huge because that will end up running a couple more minutes of this clock.
I mentioned before, if Centralia can do it, keep that clock rolling, keep Lyndon's offense off the field, which at times during the season they show they can be very, very efficient.
Turner is the running back. And off directly to, rather, a snap directly to Mars. Mars crosses the 35 out to about the 36 and a half. That's a gain of almost 5, 2nd and 5.
The 23, Josh Owens. There's a huddle of students set up of right up next to the fence looking down on the Centralia bench. I believe Steinloggy is still being worked on. It may be a bigger injury than they thought.
Panthers come up on 2nd and 5. Another direct snap. And Mars gets it out to around the 40. It'll be 3rd down and 2 with the carry. And upcoming a huge play for the Lyndon defense. You would bet that Rosine will call his own number here.
He did last time they had 3rd down. He's proved that he can do the best.
Rosine straight up the middle. And he's close to the first down. Looks like he might have it, depending on what the spot is.
See where they put it down.
Easter made the stop. Close enough for the measurement. And they'll have to bring the chains all the way across this time. We'll get another chance to remind you about the high school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock. Lots of action going on. Semifinals in 6-5, 4-3, 2 and 1A, and the championship previews for 8-man football tonight on the high school football scoreboard show, and it is a first down by the nose of the football.
So Centralia keeping the drive alive, and the man doing it, Rosine. Last two consecutive third downs, he's called his own number. Come up with pay dirt each time.
8:14 to play. Panthers by 13 with a new set of downs. Steinlog, he's still on the bench. Rosine calls his own number, tries to get the outside, it does. 45-50, 45-40, and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Owens ran him out of bounds, but now Rosine picks up another first down for the Panthers. Rosine in the big case for MVP in this ballgame.
Particularly on this drive here, too. This is probably the crucialest drive, the most crucial drive for Centralia. Only as I can tell, they don't really feel comfortable with this 2-touchdown lead.
First and 10. Long signal count, direct step, Mars. Mars gets it across the 35. Picks up about 3 yards on the play. Second and 7. 7:42 to go.
3 yards right on the play. Second down 7.
Rosine over to the sideline to get the play call.
It's about 4.5 minutes in this fourth period where Centralia's had the ball. They're just eating away at that clock.
They come up on second and 7. Rosine will keep it. The tackle. Got it near the 30. He'll bring up a third down and short. Walsh was there along with Eastra. Third down and 2.
So the quarterback tackles quarterback.
And now Centralia's in 4-down territory, Scott. They don't necessarily have to get it on third down.
Inside of 10 minutes to play here in the fourth period, they've had the ball for every second this fourth quarter so far.
Quick snap to Mars. Mars fighting forward. He got the first down. Down to the 26.
It's either Mars or Rosine. Mars with the direct snap, and Rosine with a spin move to make